Hey everybody, it's Tim again, and today I have the fifth of six tributes by NECA to Remco's Mini Monsters releases from the early 1980s. Of course, before this, you had the Mummy, you had the Wolfman, you had Frankenstein's monster. Last summer, we had the Creature from the Black Lagoon, which was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And now this is actually a New York Comic-Con exclusive. And it's from NECA, and I'm really thrilled how NECA shipped this right away. Now, unless you were at New York Comic-Con or ordered it online when it was available, these are no longer available. Very limited edition pieces with NECA's The Phantom of the Opera. Now, I'm going to quick give you a look at the card back here. Now, as you can see, it has all of the figures in the line. Now, this card back, it's essentially just a reproduction, I guess you could say, or an homage to the Mini Monsters card backing back in the early 80s. And so far as you can see, the Mummy, Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and also the Phantom of the Opera. They just announced Dracula, which is going to be a NECA store exclusive by the way it looks. And the cool thing is, they teased us at New York Comic-Con, and as well as Toy Fair, they are actually coming out with the Monsterizer, which will be the playset that is scaled along with the 7-inch scale Remco. Again, homages, I guess you could say. The originals, again, were about 3 3/4 inches to 4 inches tall. These are all 7 inches tall or larger. So here is the figure on the card, and I'm just going to give you a quick close-up here on the card. Of course, we got that glare, and things are going to get a lot better once I open this thing up. But yeah, it really does look a lot like the original. Of course, they're going with the molds that they have done for their new Universal Monsters line, but they're trying to tailor them to look as much as the originals. Now, you can see that in the background, I have the original. Who is wearing Dracula's cape, actually? I don't know what ever happened, or if I actually purchased this with a cape. I got that, oh my gosh, it was probably 25 years ago or so. So I can't even remember whether I actually got it with a cape or not. Of course, at that time, it was quite affordable to get that. Okay, I'm back with the uncarded version of NECA's Remco Salute, their tribute, their homage to the Phantom of the Opera Mini Monsters from the 1980s. And you can see in the background, of course, I have all of the collection so far. In addition to that, I have the Phantom of the Opera, which is one of their more recent releases, as well as the original Phantom of the Opera Mini Monster from back in the day. Again, with Dracula's cape. Again, I needed to match them up somehow to compare, to give it somewhat of an accurate comparison. So let's give this a 360 look. And of course, the big difference here is that they went with the actual vinyl cape that they did with this original release back in the day. Now, it seems more to be accurate when you look at it from the side here, right? In the back. And we're going to flip this to the side as well. Yeah, you can catch some of that red in there. And as I was doing the intro, of course, you really couldn't tell if they had the red vest, but they do indeed have the red vest. In the card, under the plastic tray, and this thing is really well secured, by the way. It was actually fitted inside of that tray, inside of this card here, of course. Okay. You couldn't tell, but once you get it out of the package and you can open it, it does indeed. The figure has a red vest, much like the original does. Now, again, this is styled more to the mold of the Phantom of the Opera release that they just put out for their 7-inch scale Universal Monsters line. Okay, so you do have a very similar look there. Of course, again, the tie is different, but the fact that we're getting these at all, if it's not 100% of a faithful recreation, I'm okay with that. The fact that they are doing these specialty products for us, it's already awesome that we're getting these Remco reproductions to begin with. And so to get something that, obviously looks more like their, Universal Monsters releases, I'm okay with that. I think you guys will be okay with it too. And there you can see both of them up side by side. Obviously, the paint detailing is very similar. It's got that palish green. Of course, this is a glow in the dark figure. So, I'm going to take this under a black light so you can see that as well. But, the sunken eyes, the highlights under the eyes. Let's take a look at this original close up. And see if we can get that. Got to come up here somehow. No, man, looks like I'm too close. Yeah, okay, so you can see the highlights under the eyes, and then I kind of goof things up by moving my other hand in there. Yeah, so you can see right there. It's got the highlights around the eyes. It's got the eyebrows. The hairstyle is different. Not so much male pattern balding look. If you look at it here, Phantom's got a full head of hair, right? Here, he's got a full head of hair too, but it's got the more of the male pattern balding. Hey, and I'm not making fun of it, man, because I'm a bald guy, all right? I'm just stating facts here. So I don't want anybody getting upset and canceling me over it, all right? I'm just telling you the truth here. So in comparison to this figure, these are different stands that I got them on. But, it's again, I think it's taken from this mold. Obviously, it looks a lot different with color schemes, but it's virtually the same height as the other one. Again, this one is on a different stand. It's just a tick higher, tick thicker. And as you can see here, they went with the total male pattern balding look here. Now, the reason they did that, of course, is because they're trying to stay as faithful to the original as possible. So they're going to be giving you all of the hair there as well. So who knows? Is this a younger version of the Phantom? Maybe. Who knows? But again, the fact that they are reproducing these Remco mini monsters, which are really... They're still hot items. I mean, if you look on eBay or whatever, I mean, these things are selling for big bucks. So to give us an affordable option for those who don't have them, I'm lucky enough to have the originals. But for those who don't, who missed out, who don't want to spend, the $100 on the creature back there or whatever, for an opportunity to get these for $30, and that's how much they cost, along with shipping. It's about $40. Depends if you buy one or two. I don't know if the shipping is the same or not, but yeah, it's really cool. That you're getting a chance to get a taste of what it was like to have these Remco mini monsters back in the day. And, it can be even better for us folks who actually have both versions of the original and the new one. So what I am going to do is show you what this thing looks like. The creature, excuse me, why do I keep going back to creature? The Phantom of the Opera looks like underneath the black light, where you can get some good glow effects glowing, and we'll do some other stuff from there. Okay, I'm back with the uncarded, I guess, not in a box this time, but an uncarded version of NECA's Phantom of the Opera. Again, the homage to the Remco mini monsters from 1980s, the early 1980s or so. You can give me the exact date in the comments below if you have the exact date that these monsters came out. But right now I have them in a light box, and I'm going to turn off the lights to give you a look at what these look like as glow-in-the-dark figures. Now, the interesting thing about this figure here is that I have the glow version of the creature, and the glow version of this. All the other ones I have are the regular version. So, I guess I do have some more collecting to do. But again, I'm just happy to have anything at all. Again, excuse the red vinyl interior of the cape. This is Dracula's cape, but I wanted to give you as close a representation as possible. So I'm going to start by just shutting off these lights to see where how much just natural light, or I guess you could say light box light, is going to make these things glow. And wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's for having it in the light box for only a few minutes. That's holding its charge pretty good. Now, of course, you can get these black light pens to charge things up, and when you do, I mean, look at how long the face holds this charge. That is really cool. Okay, and let's get the hands, and that is what you're going to get as far as the glow part of these. The creature naturally, that's entirely glow in the dark. But most of these, it's basically the hands, and the mummy is also full glow as well. I should acknowledge that as well. And of course, you can see my reviews of those from earlier videos here on my YouTube channel. So please go back and check those out. I am really impressed with how it's really holding its charge really, really well. Now, as you can see, this has lost some of its glowing capability. This original one looks like basically the bottom of the face. Maybe that's because they're thinking, oh, well, you had the mask up top. I don't know. But, for something that came out over 4 decades ago, it holds the charge pretty good. I don't know what sort of stuff that they put on this glow material. But again, 4 decades after its release, man, that's pretty impressive. And you can see that this version, this new version from NECA, is holding its charge really, really well. Kind of gives a really ghoulish look too, doesn't it? Let's see if I can get a better focus on that. Okay, it's certainly in focus when I have the glow light on it, the black light. But yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I'm very impressed. Let's go for the side here. Didn't really do that much. Yeah. Wow. It's kind of creepy looking too. I like that. That is really cool. And obviously the black hair accentuates that glow in the dark stuff. And part of the neck too, you can see, is glow. I just turned his head there. So yeah, all the material that is to represent skin, I guess, essentially glows in the dark. So they thought this one through, and that doesn't surprise me because I've said it. I gotta say it this video again, man. NECA is details, 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 and they didn't forget any details here. Let's give that one tilt. I don't know, is he looking up at Christine? I don't know, what is he doing? Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, very impressed overall. Gotta get underneath the neck, the Adam's apple. Yeah, that's a great shot, isn't it? Really, really spooky looking right there. Okay. Yeah, how cool is that? I'm trying to get this one as close up as possible to focus it. That looks creepy right there. If you just put this thing under a black light for a time and then shut it off, I don't know how long it would hold its charge. But wow. Glows enough where you can see the eyes, you can see the highlights around the eyes, you can see the teeth for a little bit. Let's do this again. Yeah, man. That is so impressive. Can't believe it. That is so impressive. So I'm going to cut this video short right here, take a pause, and then we're going to put it together with all the other monsters from NECA, the glow-in-the-dark versions, the versions that are all homages to the 1980s versions of the Remco mini monsters. Okay, I'm back with the new NECA glow-in-the-dark Phantom of the Opera figure. Of course, this is an homage, a tribute, a salute to the Remco mini monsters of the 1980s, the glow versions of the mini monsters. And of course, these are all 7-inch scale. And as you can see, he comes in at about 7.5 inches, whereas you have the Frankenstein's monster at over 8 inches, as well as the creature from the Black Lagoon. Creature, I think, is a little bit taller than the other ones. So obviously right now, the only light I have them under right now is in this light box. But what I'm going to do is switch off all of these lights and then give you a black light look to see how these all hold their glow charges, I guess is what I call them. And nice part about it is, again, they all do hold it just with, again, that light box light. But let's give these a shot here. And I don't know, I'm sure that some of these are going to run out of these charge by the time I give all the charge to the creature. There's Frankenstein's monster. And there's the mummy. Yeah, there's a whole lot of ground to cover before these things run out of their charge. I think what really impresses me most about this one, I think this holds its charge better than any of its predecessors. I think the Frankenstein's monster was pretty good. I was pretty impressed with that when I reviewed that one. But yeah, I some are better than others, I guess. And I mean, you can still see that one better than any of the other ones. I mean, like the full face. I mean, it is really, really cool. Now, the thing is that most people, I would imagine, are going to keep these on the cards. I've seen different Facebook pages, etc., where they have these displayed on their walls, on the cards, and that's cool. It's just me, you know what? I've always been an opener, so I don't mind doing that. And I don't know how much better or worse they would actually hold their charges if they were on the card. Wolfman, of course, you only have the face that glows. Seems like the mummy is the toughest one to hold a charge, just because there's just so much ground to cover. Now, if I actually put this under a large black light, maybe I would have different results. Same thing with the creature. I mean, there's just so much ground to cover with this pen. But again, right now, I can't tell you how impressed I am with this Phantom figure. And what's really cool is we got one more to come. We got the Dracula one. Of course, that's going to be a NECA store offering. I don't know if it's going to be an exclusive. That's pretty much what they announced. And then, of course, we have the Monsterizer scaled to these 7-inch figures, which they displayed at both Toy Fair recently as well as New York Comic Con. And that is going to be awesome. Something that you're probably going to want to use with your regular Universal Monsters releases from NECA as well. Again, this was $30 online at NECA when it was available. If you're a big Phantom collector, I would imagine there's going to be online auction sites. I'm not going to name anyone in particular that's going to have them, and probably for a little bit more than, or a lot more maybe, than you would have gotten them originally. But if you're a huge Phantom fan and seeing how impressive this figure is, I think it's absolutely worth it. So my name is Tim Lammers, and I review cool movie toys. And you can like this video, I would appreciate that. If you could subscribe, I would love that too. If you could tell all of your monster-loving friends, all your Universal monster-loving friends. If you're a big fan of the Phantom of the Opera, share this video with them. Again, I can't tell you how much I love these releases. They're just so nostalgic, and I think that's the reason we get all these Universal Monsters figures in the first place. This was great nostalgic stuff from the 1980s, and I'm sure that you're going to want to get these to, at the very least, hang on your wall, but take out of the package and enjoy them at night when the lights go down. That's it for now. I'll be back with another monster review very soon. Happy toy hunting, everybody.